If I woke up tomorrow and I was overweight again and I had 90 days to lose all the weight, lose all the body fat, without spending hours in the gym, without doing hours of cardio, and without doing detoxes and giving up my cultural food, here's an exact step-by-step guide in terms of how I would lose all that weight and all that body fat. So number one, what I would do is I would set a very clear and realistic goal, right? So when we look at the types of goals that we could have, number one, we could have kind of a scale-based goal, right? Meaning if you're 270 pounds, you want to lose 20 pounds, you want to get to 250. That's a very clear goal. Another one we could have is with like a measurement. You can do a waist measurement, measure around your waist, see how many inches you can lose in the next 90 days. Or the other type of goal that we could have is we could have a look-based goal, right? Where you have one progress picture in the same exact lighting and the same exact pose, so a before picture, and then you could have an after one. And then after 90 days, do a side-by-side comparison on how you did, right? It is very, very important that we measure these things because you can't improve something if it doesn't get measured, right? So either you want to track your waist, your weight, or your progress pictures. I would honestly say the best one is to do all three of them. The second thing is, when we look at losing weight or losing body fat, by far the most important thing is a calorie deficit, right? You have to be in a calorie deficit. If you're not in a calorie deficit, your body is not going to lose weight and lose body fat. What is a calorie deficit, right? Let's say your maintenance calories, hypothetically, is 2,000 calories. You need to eat underneath that, or you need to eat under that, or you need to burn more calories than you're consuming on a daily basis. I would not overcomplicate this. How are you gonna get your calorie deficit? What you're gonna do is you're gonna do your body weight in pounds multiplied by 13, right? And then from there, you're gonna subtract 500 calories. So if you're 200 pounds, 200, right, times 13, I think is 2,600. And then from there, you're gonna subtract 500 calories, which is gonna be 2,100 calories. And that's how many calories you're gonna be consuming on a day-to-day basis, right? So we got the calories, we got the progress pictures, how we're gonna track our progress. Number three is gonna be our protein. It is extremely important that we're hitting our protein intake or our protein goal. How much protein should we be having every single day? I would say you want to have anywhere from 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per body weight. I like to just do 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight for me and all my clients. So if you're 200 pounds, have 200 grams of protein. If you're 160, have 160 grams of protein. Honestly, you don't need to go you don't have to go over 200 grams. So if you're 280, you don't need 280 grams of protein. I would say the most that we want to hit is absolutely 200 for sure, right? Some things that you can have, I made a list, right? Breakfast, you could have Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, right? You could have protein bread or protein bagels. There are a lot of those out there. Very simple. You could have a protein shake as well, right? For lunch, you could have like tofu, paneer, right? Lentils, edamame, those are really good as well. And then for dinner, you could have tofu again with whatever sabji is made at home. You could have soya chunks. Those are really, really solid. And then also you could have like protein wraps as well. Protein Up is a really, really good company. They make like wraps. It has like 12 grams of protein for one wrap, which is really, really solid. The reason we want to have more protein is because protein is the most thermogenic macronutrient. So it takes the longest to break down and digest in your body. So it's going to boost your metabolism. And then also number two, since protein takes so long to break down and digest, it's actually the most satiating macronutrient. So it's going to help with your satiety, right? And it's going to keep you full for a longer period of time. Imagine you were losing weight and you always felt constantly full, right? And very energetic. How much easier would it be for you to lose weight? 1,000 times easier, right? So just hit your protein intake and it'll make the whole entire process very, very simple. And then also on top of that, you'll preserve your muscle because the goal in a weight loss or fat loss phase is to lose the weight, to lose the body fat while maintaining your muscle mass, right? Number four, we don't want to eliminate any of our Indian foods or any of our cultural foods that is completely unnecessary. A lot of the times when people are losing weight or losing body fat, they're like, oh, I have to cut out rice. I have to cut out roti, right? But that's not the case at all. You can keep all these foods and lose a bunch of weight. All my guys and girls, they still eat their cultural foods and they still lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, right? It is very, very easy and very sustainable. And that's by far the most important thing. It is sustainable, right? And the biggest thing is just gonna be your calorie intake, your protein intake, and structuring that around it. So you can still have dal, you can still have roti, sabji, rice. That's totally fine. You just have to make sure you control the portions because these things are very calorie dense. For example, a bowl of dal is very, very carb dense. So you wanna make sure that you're tracking your food, right? And that goes into the next one, which is making sure that you track your calories and macros. So you wanna download an app called MyFitnessPal. It is for free. You don't have to get the premium version. And then with that, you wanna be getting a food scale as well. That way you're tracking the food so you know what's coming in and you know if you're accurately hitting your calorie intake, your protein intake, and everything. When we look at your workouts, you don't have to overcomplicate your workouts at all. I would work out anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week, right? And what you wanna do, very basic workouts, I would just focus on compound movements, right? You could do squats, some dumbbell presses, some lunges, right? Some RDLs as well, some shoulder presses, some bent over rows, and you will be very, very solid. You don't have to do fancy workouts, HIIT training, circuit training, right? Any of that stuff is completely unnecessary. Just focus on the basics work, and just make sure that you're pushing yourself in the gym and you're gradually getting stronger, which is progressive overload. So with the rep range, I would say for each exercise, you can do 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. Extremely basic, you don't have to overcomplicate it. The next thing is gonna be our steps, right? So we definitely wanna make sure that we are getting more movement throughout the day. That way we're burning more calories, right? So you could either get a Fitbit or you can get an Apple Watch or an Oura Ring, one of these things to track your steps, right? And whatever your daily average step goal is, before you start this, you wanna add 3,000 steps. So let's say you're hitting 5,000 steps on a daily basis, we wanna bump that up to 8,000, right? This is gonna put you in a bigger deficit, speeding up your weight loss and your fat loss. For me personally, I don't do any cardio. A lot of my guys and girls, they don't do much cardio, but they're just doing steps, right? So you don't have to do 45 minutes on a Stairmaster, 45 minutes on a treadmill, an hour on the elliptical. Just get more active, get more steps in, and you'll be solid, right? The next thing is gonna be with your sleep. Sleep is extremely important, right? And you wanna make sure that you're sleeping anywhere from 7 to 9 hours a night. For some of you guys, that may not be possible because we're busy and we have kids and family life, this and that. You wanna sleep the most amount. Whatever is the most you can sleep, you wanna make sure that you're hitting that no matter what. Why is sleep important? Number one, it's gonna help with your overall recovery. You're gonna feel a lot fresher from workout to workout. Number two, when you have bad sleep, this is gonna increase your appetite, right? And the higher your appetite is, the more cravings you're gonna have, and the harder it is gonna be for you to stay on track. So it is extremely, extremely important. Another thing you can do to help with your appetite is drink a lot of water and making sure you have a lot of fruits and vegetables in your eating habits. That way you're constantly feeling full, right? And then also, number 8, make sure you plan for your environment, right? Most people are gonna be successful after their grocery trip, right? What do I mean by that? If you come home from Walmart or Target and you bring cookies, ice cream, candy into your house, it's gonna be very hard for you to push that away and not have that while you're on this journey of weight loss or fat loss. So what I would say is just don't buy that stuff. Don't buy that stuff. Don't bring it into the house, right? Or don't bring it into your environment. And 80% of the game is done right there, right? And making sure that you're bringing good quality foods, right? Tofu, chicken, Greek yogurt, whatever foods that are healthy and you enjoy eating. And then number 9, make sure that you stop restarting every single Monday. Just because you have a bad day, it doesn't matter. That one bad day in the span of 90 days, 100 days, 200 days, it's not gonna make or break your progress, right? It is such a small amount, it's not even gonna make any difference, right? You're not even gonna notice it. Imagine you diet for 100 days. Every single day you have 3 meals, you have 300 meals. If you have 2 meals that are completely off track, that is a very, very small percentage, right? The other 298 meals, you're still on track. Those meals aren't gonna make a big difference, right? So if you do have a bad meal off or you have a bad day, the most important thing is you get back right on track and you continue to push forward, right? So if I had 90 days to get absolutely shredded while being a South Asian, this is what I would do, right? Number one, make sure you're eating in a calorie deficit. Number two, make sure you're hitting your protein intake, right? Lift anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week, making sure that you're increasing your overall steps, right? Whatever your average is right now, just put 3,000 on top of it, making sure you're getting the most amount of sleep possible, right? Anywhere from 7 to 9 hours, that would be ideal. Keep eating your cultural foods. You don't have to cut those out. You can easily lose weight and lose body fat while doing that. Next one is making sure that you track your progress, right? So having a clear goal, making sure you're weighing yourself every day, getting the average, doing your measurements, doing progress pictures. And if you do all that, you'll get in very, very good shape in 90 days or 100 days or whatever. But that's gonna be the video. If you're struggling with your fitness goals and you want some help, click the link below in the description and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.